on Entertainment Tonight.
I mean, well,
it's big.
Wendy Williams is not going anywhere. I'm gonna come in like a hurricane. So, Whitney, are you still using drugs?
He wants to give you a talk show.
Millions of people turn on the radio to listen to me.
You're the star.
hey, you held nothing back in this. What were the toughest scenes for you to watch from the movie?
Well, none of them were really tough.
Wendy, I would argue with you. I'd say I was shocked by the miscarriages and knowing that and seeing that, how hard that was, because there's nothing easy about being that pregnant and then losing a baby and having to give birth.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then having to go home and clean up the nursery.
How hard were those days?
Those days while I was living them were very hard, especially because I knew that Kevin was cheating on me at that time. I mean, Kevin is a serial cheat. You know, this girl who had his baby is not the only one. And it was shortly after we got married that I found that out. Reliving the miscarriages, those seem like such a distant memory to me because I now have my precious son and he's 20 years old and he's a junior in college and he's a young man who's seen a lot, but he's gonna be a better man than me and his father could ever want from a child. And that's why you have children. You know, he eats right, he speaks right, you know, the right things come out of his mouth. He's handled this divorce the best he can, which is pretty good. I stuck with my ex-husband because we had a son. If we didn't have children, I would have been out, you know, I would have been out. But we had a son and we were living, my career was doing better. Every year my career would do better. And every year Kevin would turn into more of a jerk because every year my status would change higher or the money would change higher and the cars would get slicker and the cars would get lower to the ground and the cars would get flashier and all of a sudden going to a showroom was not good enough. He had to have the cars made and sent over from Italy or Germany or wherever. And that kind of stuff became corny to me for an everyday thing. Don't get me wrong. I do like fancy things, but I like them in doses. That's where I appreciate the way my mom and dad raised me. I am their daughter in that, you know, my son's happiness at that time was more important than my own.
How much did it anger you when people were writing those articles like, what Wendy doesn't know, she should know he's cheating and blah, blah, blah?
It didn't bother me at all because at that point I was in the infancy stages of talking with Lifetime about a production deal. My deal with them is more than just this movie. I have an office over there. I've got staff. I've got a full situation. So I knew my story would be told. And yeah, all you did see was what was being talked about on ET or in the papers or on the blogs. And I had to talk about it on Hot Topics. And I knew I couldn't say anything more than that because I didn't want to blow my own cover. And my own cover was, I had PIs on him and on her. I knew exactly where her GYN was. I had my people follow them on vacations outside of the tri-state area, okay? While I'm here filing my nails, talking to my divorce lawyer and my team of people and getting my ducks in a row.
For me, I'm just happy to make it to my perch.
Yeah. Hey, Wendy, Hot Topics, which now it's interesting to see how in the beginning, everyone was so resistant to it. And now it is something that is the linchpin of your show and is wildly popular. What do you say to those people who tried to stop you, those program directors are like, what are you doing? What are you thinking?
Well, I've already made up with them. People who fired me, some of them have participated in my documentary. I had one boss tell me, watching me leave was the worst thing that he could have had done. Wow. But his heart couldn't take me staying around because I was just too much. You know, the bosses didn't know how to handle, you know, Bad Boy Records calling every day and Def Jam Records, Atlanta Records, and Wendy's talking about our artists. Now we're not going to do your big winter concert. We'll do the concert if you fire Wendy or whatever. You know, all that was going on. And I was just a girl from Jersey, just trying to make my way. And my Kevin helped me be that renegade. He helped me be exactly who I was when he met me. He just joined forces and drove. He drove the getaway car.
Can I just tell you something, Wendy? You look really good. How are you doing health-wise? How are you doing? Because you look really good.
I feel fine. I'm doing very, very well. I've got a very good team of doctors, everything from neurologists, heart doctors, lung doctors, my lymphedema doctor, my endocrinologist who handles my thyroid, my Graves' disease, and my hormones. I've got a wonderful doctor who handles a little work on the cheeks and the lips and stuff. I mean, but I'm doing really well. My breasts are well. I don't take any pills. I don't have heart issue. I don't have high blood pressure. I take a thyroid pill and a Lunzest every day, and that's it. My vitamin D levels are back up to where they should be. I stay hydrated. I have doctor's appointments maybe every other week, only because I have time to do stuff like that, because I don't have to be a mother. I don't have to be a full-time mother anymore. He's grown, he's in Miami, and I don't have to be a wife. And if you're my boyfriend, then you'll understand my doctors come before you, and my show will come before you as well, and my son will come before you. So, but that's new life. I expect to not be your first priority either. You got to take care of your kids, and you have to take care of your health, and you have to take care of your job.
Wendy, because we don't see a lot of Kevin, was Kevin, the young Kevin, was he off limits, and were you kind of like, I want to protect my son?
Yeah, I wanted to protect him emotionally. He's been through enough. I mean, he only knows his mom being the showgirl on the radio with the mouth. So this is all he knows. And it's only gotten more terrifying, I guess, every year of his life, because my career has gotten bigger and bigger. I just did not want him in present day, like the documentary. I didn't want so many pictures of him flashing in the movie, and I prefer him not watching the movie, although he does say that he's going to watch it. He's going to watch it by himself first, then he's going to have a watch party. He is he's off limits unless he wants to be on limits. It was his idea to post the picture at Christmas. We took a picture in my apartment at Christmas. Yep. And he was the one who wanted me to put that on Instagram. I said, really? I said, you realize that my Instagram is public? And he said, yeah, Mom, your mom, you look great. I said, well, how should we dress, Kev? And he said, well, you put on one of those stupid poofs that you dress how you dress, Mom. You dress how you dress. And I said, okay, and you dress how you dress. And so that's us, just chilling in the apartment. Merry Christmas.
And it seems like you two are in such a good place.
We are.
The love between you two is so amazing.
We are. And his dad, I guess, will always be his dad. I haven't seen change in that way from him. But what I do see is my tolerance from afar to understand that he will be required to be at Kevin's graduation from college. And he will be required to have better taste than to bring the side piece and the little girl, because I would not bring the next man to my son's college graduation.
How are you doing? Because it's been a month since your mother, Shirley, passed. How are you dealing with that?
Well, she didn't suffer, which is the good thing. And I never saw my mom in the hospital a day in my life. In 56 years, I've never seen my mother in the hospital. I've never seen my mother down with more than anything but a cold, And so the way I remember my mom is just mom in a robe, mom in her party clothes, mom in an evening gown on their way out, mom cooking, mom laughing, mom yelling at us, telling me to lose weight. I just remember mommy, and she's with me every day, and I'm coping with it the best I can. She passed away a bit before I was able to share on Hot Topics and, with you, Kev, and other people. I had to process it myself because I was the one who got the call in the morning from the doctor. My sister and her husband. My sister, you know, when people are in the hospital, they have 2 names that you can have, you know, for emergency calls. And my dad is 89 years old. My dad is going to be 90 next month. He doesn't need to be getting a call about his partner of 65 years, his wife, his best friend. You know, he doesn't need to be getting any kind of calls, whether it's that she needs an aspirin, a new, nail polish, or that she's passed away. So it was my sister and I who were on the names. And my sister lives in Miami. So my sister was able to, you know, go over to the hospital and all that other kind of stuff. She didn't answer the phone. And I was awake. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I was awake because I was about to come. The car was going to be outside at 7 o'clock to bring me here to the set to do the Wendy Williams show. And I was awake and I saw, you know, Florida. I recognized the number and I picked it up. Hello, Mrs. Hunter. And so I said, yes, yes, I'm Shirley's daughter, Wendy. My sister Wanda talks to you more. Yes. It's Miss Hunter, by the way. And he said, you know, we tried.
That's a hard call to get. It's a hard moment.
Yeah. And I still came to work. I came to work. I didn't say anything to anyone here.
So you kept that inside.
I think I might have told my manager, Bernie. Maybe even I waited to tell him. I kept it inside for a bit of time.
That's hard.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, no, I hear that, but did you have a moment for yourself?
Yeah, I have moments for myself all the time. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm divorced. I live by myself. I've got a gorgeous apartment and 2 cats who leave me alone. They have their personalities as well. I've got lots of time to myself. And here at the show, I have an open door policy, which Mr. Hunter never did, you know, and kept everybody away from me. And now that I am my own boss, as opposed to having Kevin bossing me around and telling me what to do, and me playing the role, I am in on everything. You know, when the Masked Singer called, Kevin thought that was corny as hell. When I called him up and told him, look, I'm gonna be on the Masked Singer, my ex-husband, he couldn't even find the funny in that. He was like, what's that? I said, it's only one of the biggest shows on TV. You don't know the Masked Singer, stupid. And so I said, watch what happens. And that was one of those moments like Dancing with the Stars, which, by the way, he thought was corny and told me after that, you're never doing any more of these stupid shows, all this flying back and forth and rehearsing. And he thought that I was better than I am in a pre-sumptuous way.
Wait, can I say something? Watching your journey, and you look at this girl, this woman, who made this journey, and you started right at the bottom, part-time jobs, everything, and now you sit at the top of the food chain. When you look at this, what goes through your mind? What do you say to her? Who survived and fought her way to the top?
That she spilled a cup of cocoa with marshmallows and a biscotti right there on the floor. And I don't want to call housekeeping to clean it up because I want to do it myself, because that's the kind of stuff that keeps me normal. True facts. Look, here's the biscotti container, empty. This is about 5,000 calories of biscotti. I've been eating them in between interviews. And I got some spot shot in my bathroom and I'm going to clean it myself. And those are the kinds of things that keep me saying life is good. You know, you got fabulous on one hand and a mess on the other. And I'm on Entertainment Tonight.
I mean,
it's big.